Today, we're solving inequalities using multiplication or division. Let's get to it. Just like we did with addition or subtraction, we're still going to try to isolate the variable on one side. Anything we do to one side, we need to do the same to the other. However, with multiplication and division, there's one more thing we need to watch out for. So just like we did with addition or subtraction, here's a quick way that you can check to see if what you're doing on an inequality is going to keep the inequality true. So -6 is less than 2, that's true. But what happens if I multiply both sides by 2? Well, I would get -12 is less than 4. That's still true, so that's great. What happens if we divide both sides by 2? Would give me -3 is less than 1. That's still true as well. So we're happy so far. However, what happens if we multiply or divide both sides by a negative number? So if we do -2 times -6, we would get 12. Negative times negative would give you a positive. And is that less than, well, 2 times -2 would be -4. 12 is not less than -4. So now, hopefully you've noticed, that is not true. When we multiplied both sides by a negative number, all of a sudden, our inequality is no longer true. And if we divide both sides by -2, we're going to see the exact same thing. So -6 divided by -2 would give us 3. And unfortunately, 2 divided by -2 is -1. And 3 is not less than -1. So notice, when we multiply or divide both sides by a positive number, no worries, the inequalities remain true. However, when we multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, the inequality is no longer true, which means whenever you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you need to switch the inequality symbol to make it true. That is the only thing we need to remember. Everything else is the same. Get the variable alone on one side. Anything you do to one side, you got to do the same thing to the other. Use inverse operations to solve. However, pay attention if you're multiplying or dividing both sides by a negative number. In that case, you need to switch the inequality symbol. Now that we understand that, let's get to our first example. 5x is less than or equal to -20. Okay, so we're going to try to get that x alone on that left side. Right now it's being multiplied by 5, so the inverse of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide the left side by 5. And if I do that to the left side, I need to also do that to the right side. 5x divided by 5, those cancel out. I'm left with x is less than or equal to -20 divided by 5 is going to be -4. Now, do I need to switch the inequality symbol? I've got a negative there, but remember the rule is if you're multiplying or dividing both sides by a negative number. We didn't do that. We divided both sides by +5. So that's fine. So x is less than or equal to -4. Now let's graph the solution. So at -4, I'm going to put a closed circle because x is less than or equal to -4 with an arrow going to the left. Let's try B. -2/3 w is greater than or equal to 16. Well, -2/3 is being multiplied by w, so to get rid of that, we would do dividing by -2/3. But anytime you divide by a fraction, remember it's the exact same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of -2/3 would be -3/2. So let's multiply both sides by -3/2. So now we're left with w on the left side. And on the right side, we can actually simplify before we multiply. That 2 would become 1. The 16 becomes 8. 8 times -3 is -24. But now remember, We just multiplied both sides of that inequality by a negative number, which means we need to switch. So it's no longer going to be greater than or equal to. Now W is less than or equal to negative 24. Now we can graph. So at negative 24, I'm going to put a closed circle because it's less than or equal to. And because W is less than or equal to negative 24, my arrow is going to the left. Let's try C. Negative 4/5 is less than negative 4y. So same thing, we need to get the y alone, this time on the right side of the inequality. And right now it's being multiplied by negative 4. So to undo that, we need to divide it by negative 4. And I need to do the exact same thing to the other side. Well, the nice thing is on the right side, I'm going to be left with y. Because we divided both sides by a negative 4, I need to switch the inequality symbol. Remember that. And now, negative 4/5 divided by negative 4. Dividing by negative 4 would be the exact same thing as multiplying by negative 1/4. So that's going to be a little bit easier to kind of understand. So let's do that off to the side. So negative 4/5 divided by negative 4 is the same thing as times by negative 1/4. The nice thing is those 4's are going to simplify and the negatives, and we just have 1/5 left over. Before I graph, let's rewrite it with the variable on the left side. So instead of 1/5 is greater than y, let's write y is less than 1/5. And now we're ready to graph. So I'm going to set up the number line from 0 to 1, and then let's break it up into fifths. And at 1/5, we need an open circle this time with an arrow to the left. Last one, negative c over 2 is less than 5.4. Negative c over 2 is the exact same thing as c over negative 2. So to get c alone, we're going to multiply both sides by negative 2. So we're left with c on the left side. Because we multiplied both sides by negative 2, we need to remember to switch the inequality symbol. So it's going to be c is not less than, c is now greater than, and 5.4 times negative 2 is going to be negative 10.8. Now let's graph. Negative 10.8 is going to be in between negative 10 and negative 11. And then let's break that up into tenths. So now at negative 10.8, we're going to put an open circle and an arrow to the right. Here's some to try on your own.